away unless you can legally be married to it.
There was a guy who legally changed his name to PS2, PlayStation 2.
Yes, we all heard that from Kid Icarus, and we're live right.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Hello, people of the internet. This is Riders of the Lost Sword, where we ramble about shit as well as Tokyo and others.
But this week, it's Toku focused.
Yep.
And we're going to be talking about the first 10 episodes of Kamen Rider X.
Kamen Rider Scrubs.
Superman.
And I swear to God, we have to edit in the freaking Scrubs, 10-second opening music.
Right.
But I'm no Superman.
Yes.
I can't do this song on my own, cause I know I'm no Superman.
Well, there you go. Just use that, edit it out, and put it right at the beginning, so we're good.
And we won't even have to deal with copyrights for something no one cares about.
Yep. So anyway, introductions here. I'm Frozen Traveler, the platform
I'm Nami-chan.
challenger.
I'm Nami-chan, the RPG mastermind.
I'm no Son, and I'm just plugged up in my sinuses right now.
And I'm Isamu, jacking in. Come on, no one wanted to use that?
I'm infected
wanted
with the
to,
Bugster
but-
virus.
There are so many good video game references we have to make. And we have to make all of them.
Yeah. Because I do...
Well, we don't want to jump to conclusions, man.
okay.
Too hard. You tried too hard.
So, let's start off with the negatives of the series.
So
There's not enough of it.
I still think one of the big negatives is at least Ex-Aide's base form design and the ugliest Sin driver.
Yeah.
And
I like the driver. I know I'm in a minority in this, but I really like the driver.
No, I like its function and how it's shaped. The colors just are disgusting.
No, actually, I kind of like the colors, because the whole colors to me, they feel like retro, 80s wear colors, and then that retro's kind of 80s, because it's all like these, they're kind of the retro gaming thing, so I look at them as what kind of crazy color combinations you see in 80s clothes. That's what it feels like to me. That's why I like the colors, because it feels like someone from the 1980s went, oh cool, I'm just gonna design this here.
I can't. It's too many bright colors in one spot.
If I'm ever to get one of these, I'm going to buy two. One to have an original form, and another one
Like
to
the
paint.
80s.
The other one, I'm going to paint a certain amount of colors. I think maybe black and...
Pink and green. No.
If I were to repaint it, I'd give everyone a custom paint.
So, this is Brave's driver. This is...
Yeah.
This is Snipes. This is Lasers.
We're just going to take Snipes away and then lock him into a pit. So I'm cool.
Braves would definitely be two-toned, like an ice blue and a crimson red.
Yeah.
But back onto the negatives. Aside from general aesthetics, I think one negative is every so often it feels like they force the narrative a little bit, and
Yeah.
and like all shows do that, but it feels like Ex-Aide did it a little bit in the episode 10, and it was like episode 3 or 4 where they first introduced the mechanic of the rider gauge, and if it goes empty, you die. And then Emu and Hiro, Brave, and Ex-Aide were both really low and trying to save a kid. And Emu just said, fuck it, YOLO, and ran into the gunfire, just taking dozens of hits. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're dead. You've been dead for 10 minutes. Stop Kirito bullshitting this. You can't win. Oh, wait, never mind. He's cool.
Also, every one of those points was one hit.
It's
Well,
not,
they didn't say one shot would kill him.
Yeah.
They just said it was low.
yeah, it looked like there was a tiny amount of the bar, and no matter how much that little bar was, he took way too many hits to stay alive.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
the other problem is whenever they establish that the bar is low, they actually show it go from full to low on that little graphic. So you're like, oh, so that hit did that. And then you're in your head, you're like, okay, well, then it should be really low because it just dropped like a rock from what seemed like nothing sometimes.
If they could just move it as they get hit, or have a HUD I don't as if it wouldn't get in the way of the show too much to show like their health going down in real time. I'd like
A
a
HUD
little
probably
bit.
would have been a little bit better given the whole context of, hey, we're riders and whatnot, and have it make me like little HP bars above the enemies' heads.
Yeah,
Yeah, something with HP numbers would have been kind of cool.
yeah, because just showing full or near empty and then surviving hits when you're empty. I understand dropping how the systems work throughout the series, or at least the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
But if you establish this as a rule and then have a dude have low HP and tank a bunch of hits and not die, you then shit on your own rule, and I don't believe it anymore. Until
Just like with Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Sword Art Online.
Although, like a lot of this though is also me not trying to talk about episode 11 too. That's the other part
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I just got finished with that a little bit ago, and it's good.
Yeah, we were a bit late. We're not doing this immediately after episode 10. We're doing this like a week after 11.
Maybe
showed
we
up.
should just do it after the episode airs and whatnot.
Yeah, next
Stay
time.
relevant, folks. Next
We do a
time.
week late because Isamu's a dirty little Nihon watcher because he likes their subs.
I guess we'll see that in the next game.
Another thing I don't really like about this, and this is still with design and all, I don't like how Ex-Aide, it's jump.
Watermelon?
Yeah, watermelon.
Watermelon.
Not exact. Well, it's close, but not exact. But I'm going to go with a close.
One of my big negatives here is kind of like, oh, who's Kamen Rider Genmu? It's this guy. It's like, really? You had to spoil it this early on? Like, oh, it's not bad enough they had to have the blocks there maybe hinting that it might be him, but to downright just tell us so early on instead of just keeping it a mystery.
What was it? Episode 5.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I was
have a
hoping-
problem with that because I think sometimes like I get really annoyed when when any show like has this secret that like they just they don't tell the viewer. I mean and like I am actually really glad when that to me is like just such a cheap drama thing, like who is this masked figure or something like that, like and when you don't know it within the context of the universe. Now I get it when it's like, I don't know how I put this, when it's a more major plot point, but I don't think they really wanted that to be something that mean.
See, I didn't mind it except for the fact that they pushed it so hard for Dan, and I was hoping for them just to pull a total left turn and it not be him. But that's me.
Okay, I can see where you're saying you were just hoping it was someone else.
I just, as a big red, as Dan would be like a massive red herring.
Now I'm still trying to fit, and I know I know they actually have given a name, but I never remember it. Is that kid that's with them playing the video games all the time? Who the hell is that dude?
The little kid that pops up every few episodes that no one gives really a shit about?
At least so far, but for some reason he seems way more powerful. He's the one who pretended to be Gen when like he got zapped and he pushed him out of the way at the last second.
Oh,
and they're like, "Ha ha, Jiraiya's lying," and they were like,
the other Bugster guy, not
"Yeah, who the
Hiraya.
hell is he?"
Hiraya. Is that his name?
Hiraya Kujo.
I know they gave his name, but like, he's the one who they've said next to nothing about.
Kiraya's laser. I think you have the names wrong.
Here, I got the wiki up. I'm going
I
to
was
get it
about
up.
to say, I know you have.
But you're saying Jiraiya.
I said, oh yeah, I no, actually I did say that one wrong because my head thought of the wrong word. You're right, Kiraya is the guy that lived, but like I'm like, who are you, stupid kid?
Yeah, that one.
He's always
A
playing
little-
games.
He might be in charge, but I'm not sure.
What I honestly feel is like the Nega Genius Gamer M, with how he is all about the game aspect of it.
Yeah, and I can't find a name of him.
I thought they said it once, like, but only once when like him and Graphite and Dan were talking, but I think like he just said it like in passing. And I don't think he got a label, like how almost everyone else had like a label at the bottom who they were the first time they showed up. But I don't know. I mean, I fear a really bad cop out with what he actually is. I don't know why, but he just kind of is throwing a warning flags of mysterious enemy that ends up being really.
I don't think they've said his name.
I
I'm
might be
looking it
wrong.
up.
I just thought like one of the episodes where they were sitting in like the office there, he was like, I thought like Graphite said something.
Parad.
Parad?
Parad.
Yeah, that sounds right. Now that you say that.
Yeah, he's got curly hair, wears his...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know his name at all.
Yeah, I think like I said, I think it was said once in one episode.
Oh, I really should be looking at this.
Well, you gotta watch because they're gonna mention stuff that was
Yeah. Shit went down.
Okay,
click
so...
to save.
Yeah, let's talk about how this driver works, because I do the...
Oh, I think the driver's amazing with the concept.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like a Gaim driver, but like
It doesn't feel like a Gaim one to me because everything's in the side.
well, it feels kind of like a Gaim driver mixed with the double driver in essence.
Yeah, I'd say it's more double driver.
Well, Gaim, I can see what you're saying. Actually, but the thing is, when it opens, it keeps making me think of the belt buckles from Gokaiger, where they would pull the little fake Ranger keys from.
Yeah.
I keep expecting them to pull a Ranger key from it.
Me, I think of the Force driver mixed with the double driver, with the whole picture of the rider.
Which is going to be a thing for the toys. And they're all going to have their own little game that goes with it. Like, drives is going to be...
Yeah, the drivers are out already.
That doesn't surprise me.
They've been out for a while, since like
Yeah, it's
episode
like-
3.
And then they have to get everything out because Dr. Pac-Man is.
Doctor Pac-Man!
Yeah, it's...
Wait,
Waka
that
waka waka waka.
dead guy? I hate to reference that movie, but that's all I'm gonna think of when I watch it in like 4 months.
Well, actually, whenever they show the commercial for it and they have like the really like evil face for it, all I can think of is the Ultron face from like the non-moving one. Like that's all I see is Ultron.
How this driver works, you grab your Geshat, kind of looks like a little tiny lightsaber. Flip it upside down, put it into the slot, and then it has this really catchy jingle to it. What's your name? Got your gam.
What's your name? I'm a Kamen Rider.
Yeah. It does change with the legendary Geshat and Buckster.
The Bugsters.
Ah, bugs.
And
Isn't that the one where they go infection or something like that?
Yeah.
And of course, when you just put it in regularly, you get this. You're not instantly a full rider. You're chibi.
You're a mascot.
Level 1.
slash-
Level 1 / Tactic 1 / Gear 1 / First Stage.
Also,
Still level
with
1.
depending on the riders, they kind of do different things depending on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want to
they're
know what
level-
happened to level 4.
It's
It was
They-
they skipped it.
They all did. Because they're all like,
Level 4 is
oh,
boring.
fifth. Well, level 4 is boring.
Gaim
We're not-
actually holds his Gashat when he puts it in the driver like a gun.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
and
put the-
well, and Brave when he does it. Sorry, never mind Brave. Yeah, he has his hands up like in a surgeon, where they're like actually where someone would hand them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And although my favorite is still like and I really liked it. It actually took me a couple times to notice it how Emu changes from the moment when he turns on the Gashat.
Yes.
Like I
His
didn't
manner-
notice it at first how subtle his personality, and then actually became much more obvious to me. And I'm like, okay, actually, he's not that subtle. He's actually not a complete idiot.
Probably one of the writers that are the smartest.
I
I'm
don't know if
thinking
we
here-
can say that just yet.
I don't know if I'd say he's the smartest yet. He's at least the most knowledgeable about the thing they need to use. Like he's the most knowledgeable about video games of the 4. And like that's why I found him kind of interesting for that particular reason. But the whole I don't know. He himself, like if I ever was in a hospital and saw him coming, I would leave that hospital right away.
Just like how you would never let JD or Turk really give you an...
Well, Turk was the surgeon. JD actually probably would have been okay. Just because I knew that John C. McGinley was actually there too. But in Scrubs, not to go too far off topic, that was known and shown to be a teaching hospital. So you knew going into that was a teaching hospital. They forgot that within the show a lot too. So
Oh,
Yeah.
And I mean, Turk is actually a competent surgeon.
yeah. Which I found...
is there anything that he cannot cut
between
though?
most of Scrubs and this show, but I have not found anyone who's a lot like Turk
Nobody's all buddy bro
Turkleton.
yet.
yet. Most
I have a
like,
And I think that will be Laser because he's his bike.
No.
Laser.
I don't
But
really.
It seems
Does
like
what?
every time there is a second or third writer that's really douchey and antisocial, halfway through the series, they become a freaking tsundere, and then by the end, they're total bros and best friends with the main writer. And I just want that to happen with Ex-Aide and Brave.
I don't know. I'm getting this weird feeling that they're going to introduce a new kind of belt, kind of like what they did with the Warring drivers and the Genesis drivers.
Well, that is more merchandise options.
What we know from toy scans is the next two riders are the Paradox, and they use some kind of weird camera gas shot loader. It's not a camera, but that's the closest I can. Like you put, it's weird. I think we've all seen this.
The double one,
Yeah, the double one, but
I
it's
have
that actually is that may or may not be Ex-Aide apparently. And then
Maybe it's
just
the
like
new Power Rangers movie.
No.
Oh no! Ew.
Ex-Aide's supposed to be the Mighty Bros, though.
Well, the thing is, though, is that it's theorized currently that it may or may not split his personality between his, total
Yeah.
gamer and caring doctor.
Klutzy Doctor.
Klutzy
Well,
caring
because-
doctor.
Oh shoot, that was in episode 11. I can't say it. Never mind.
But because the other one I'm talking about, it's literally called Kamen Rider Paradox, the puzzle gamer, level 6 or something. So I'm not sure if that's a full-on new rider or it's
Or just
just
new.
such upgraded tech that they're calling it a new rider.
They need to stop giving Ex-Aide upgrades because I'm pretty sure he's gonna start losing count of how many times they say die.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
Die.
we are getting level 100.
I was gonna say, I thought that was 99.
It's
We saw.
99.
Oh, gosh.
Close enough.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we saw scans for level freaking high as shit.
Maybe we'll just
Die,
do Chug.
die, 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 and shit.
Maybe that's why he'll save like for Chodai or something like that. Where it's like,
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? What
I
the fuck?
apparently I have my alert on my phone set to Joker saying ring ring, Markham City.
Mute that shit. I couldn't even tell what it was.
So
I didn't even notice it.
moving on to
I forgot.
so when the XA does his Daihen, he goes into level 2 or beyond. And
And he says that he dies accordingly.
yeah, and then we get our proper rider, and sometimes I burn in colors.
I don't know.
Mike,
I love the crazy colors. I just think it just works for me.
Yeah, and of course the faceplates of the level 1 goes onto the back of.
Because why not?
Yeah.
I like the fact that they actually have to see. It was something that was mentioned to me actually by my brother when we were watching it. That like when they made a point of like how level 1 you have to stay in level 1 in order to actually separate the bugster from the person. So if you think of level 1 as a biosuit,
Yeah,
it kind of makes sense as well.
it's a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
even looks like one too, with the little
Like-
face thing.
This show gives a purpose to the form way better than Kabuto ever had a purpose to the armored form. Oh, it's just slower and take more hits.
Yeah,
Like
And
That
it
scene
sounds
where you kept
funny.
switching back and forth with Poppy Peepa Popo.
oh god. He is the most adorable thing I want to strangle. Like, I'm not all for strangling. She
Puppy
talks
people
too fucking much. But she's adorable as hell.
Also, she has her own Do-Re-Mi Gashat.
I know.
I want it.
I don't
Yeah.
want any of the, like, henshin devices from this series, but I kind of want hers.
It was
I
kind of fun.
kind of want the bug visor, to be honest.
The Bugster one.
Yeah.
What was kind of funny about her was like when she was Asuna in that first episode, she was starting to get on my nerves. Like it was a character that I was like, so when they changed her to Poppy, I was like, okay, now she's awesome and I kind of like her. But like first I was like really obnoxious, and I love when they mess up and like she's trying to do her form as like the health department executive, and someone says something to her like as Poppy, and like the character breaks out a little bit.
That's what
Aw, Poppy.
I mean. I do understand
You'll
that
make
you
her
guys like
sad.
this.
Look how sad she.
Yeah, I do. I'm one of those idol type, but then again, that's my American.
She's Pinkie Pie of Kamen Rider Ex-Aide.
No. Fuck
Yes.
no. He's not nearly as a.
And just a little bit of reframe for the date that we're on. Deadpool and Pinkie Pie Death. Yeah, that's why he's in that kind of that.
Tell me you couldn't see her having a party cannon.
I can see her not having a party cannon.
I can totally see that.
She is not all about partying and making people happy. She's
Yes,
just
she is.
He's
Well, actually, no. Actually, Emu's more about making people happy than she is.
Yes.
So,
Ping pong, ping pong. Ping pong, ping pong.
Popo,
Poppy people.
I do
Poppy,
want to
Peepa,
talk about
Popo.
how annoying as shit Emu is. Oh, we have to save the person. Like, motherfucker, we understand. You're a doctor. It's your job. But you also don't want to die because if you die, you can't save anyone.
Yeah, and then he gets a little bit caught on the you're only healthy if you're smiling thing.
Yeah.
Without spoiling too much about
Come
11,
on in
Shut up,
style.
you.
it just gets a little bit annoying in that episode. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, let's just say that this is kind of like what other writer was trying to protect Smiles? Not Kabuto. Kuga.
No, he was God.
Kuga was the one that wanted.
A lot of Kamen Rider have had that same thing of they want to make...
I was really glad when they showed who his doctor was. I thought that was some stupid scene they were going to show like 50 times through the series with his face like washed out like that.
Yeah.
And then they kind of got to it rather early.
Yeah, because I've seen anime or where they keep showing the same scene over and over again, like over and over and over again. Like a couple things, like okay, just doing a Go Busters with that scene with them on the hill when like the whole complex is on fire. They showed that one over and over again, or Tokyo where they showed them at the tree over and over again. Just like I know they're supposed to be like anchoring scenes, but I was like, they're gonna show this damn shit a million times and not show who that is.
But
Yeah.
but I hope you don't try to make this have two possibilities with Ghost. With like the movie continuity and then the TV, then the actual.
So you're gonna have to excuse my ignorance on that one because I could not get into Ghost at all. So I'm just gonna take
Me
your
neither.
word for that.
Yeah.
I heard some reviews of Ghost, and I saw the suit, and I'm like, not for me.
Yeah.
And then I heard Ghost was actually terrible, so I'm like, okay.
They don't also drop any other stuff from this too, because I feel like they're starting to get to that point where they're going to be dropping off stuff. We might see less of level.
I think because level 1 has a legitimate purpose, and they still are saving people, we still will see it. But I think they'll jump from 1 to 3 or 1 to 5.
Well, they've already done the jump from 1 to 3.
Yeah.
So that means level 2 may be worth almost nothing.
Well, base forms tend to become worth nothing rather quickly.
Yeah, the fastest somewhat. I don't. Now the weapons, your standard sword, gun, and bow. But there are some also interesting stuff like and sides.
When did they use size?
A scythe.
Lasers.
Well, it's not
It's
really a
not-
scythe. It's more like
They're sickles, really.
sickles.
Sickles, yeah, sickles, yeah. A scythe. Okay, scythe. I thought you were saying sai, like SAI. That's why I was like, wait, what?
Scyther.
Yeah. How to say it, right?
like Raph,
They're
like
like
Raph from Ninja Turtles. That's what I thought you were saying. I'm sorry.
Teenage.
But yeah, they're not. They're called coma. They're old,
Yeah,
Which makes sense
because they have them in D&D.
which I don't think I've ever seen that. I do not see them very often in anything.
No. I mean, the only other way to have that was Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is actually a decent show.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie. I was like, that wasn't.
No.
That was 2014 for the Michael Bay one.
But I'm talking about. But yeah. Now having a hammer as the main character's weapon.
It's not just a hammer, it's also a sword.
Yeah.
And I
you
love
have
that
to
it's a
have our-
flaming sword, and the flames are plastic attached to the blade
Yeah.
instead of like actually them doing an effect of flame on it. Like it's like you can see, and like him and Brave both have that.
Yeah, but Brave
Well,
has an ice attachment
ice-
to his.
Yeah, not me.
Still there? Oh,
I wasn't saying.
He's in Skyrim or Fallout or.
No, I'm right here. I was talking while you guys were, and it wasn't.
yeah, and I do like how there's A and B buttons.
I like how everyone's buttons actually have different functions too.
Yeah, because I believe
With
it's.
Braves,
Have you noticed that
switches-
sometimes they hit him in a sequence like a special attack too?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for somebody to put in the Konami code.
Well, they don't have
Up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start!
The only problem is, where's the start button?
Well, that's the game start at the beginning and punching the stage select. Well, fine.
I the start button. Because that's also the critical finish button too.
that'd be like powering on the console at if anything.
Yeah,
Okay, but fair enough.
but then
Also, I can't remember if it was episode 10 or 11,
Which
but was it 10 where they pulled in graphite?
Yeah, that came out
Yeah,
of
that's
nowhere.
10.
Like, what the fuck?
He wasn't in the episode at all. That was one of the more forced parts of like the episode's purpose. Just saying, okay, we need to wrap shit up. They're all like, oh, we're gonna do this. Nope, we just sucked him in here. Like we got shit to handle.
Like,
Well-
and he's like, and he's even surprised, like, you sucked me in here?
Well, but the thing was, though, is he left something running from the previous episode.
He did.
Yeah, that he was the one who released the dragon in episode 9 and actually started the whole thing.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was like connected to why they could suck him in.
I thought it was because they were going back to the same game that they had started in. That's how I saw it.
I guess if you think about it like that,
I don't know, that's how I saw it. I mean, I could be wrong, but that was just how I saw it.
and
the most sense it has.
and this is a bit of a spoiler here, but when they go and use the finisher on Graphite, I kind of like it how they hit him so hard, a hill formed underneath him, and he fell down it.
I like the way that they actually came up with the cooperative gaming thing for it.
Yeah,
Actually, I thought that was a cool way that because like even at the beginning of the previous episode when they were describing the game, they call it a cooperative game for 4 players. So I was thinking as I'm like, okay, this is going to be a weapon that needs to be used by all 4.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, and I thought it was kind of a cool idea. The way they that scene was kind of cool when they were all like standing at the pier and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna. Oh wait, was that in 11?
Yeah, that very
Okay,
place.
good. All of a sudden, I'm like, I'm not describing something for the next episode, am I? Because his problem is that's the one I watched just like a few hours ago. So
I
that's
also
the one
like
that's
with the Dragon Naito Z. Gashat, it's like,
Dragon Naito
it's like,
Z.
and Emu has a really hard time actually controlling it.
right.
I mean, yes, it's not supposed to be for just him,
Duh.
but it's like it's so cool that he's still able to use it without needing everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, now have they flat out said, or are they still talking about whether he actually had the surgery when he was like 8?
I thought they said he had a surgery when he was like very young, and it was.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
But they haven't said for certain that it was the compatibility surgery. I'm just waiting for it to come out that it was like, no, it wasn't the compatibility surgery. Just something infected you at the time, because that was what they said it was like infecting you with a little bit of the bugsters to essentially give you antibodies for it. So I was like, okay, so they're just gonna say he was infected. Either they're gonna say he was infected with the bugsters, or they're just gonna have it be that no, something happened during the surgery and it just happened to inoculate you for that as well.
Because if like he somehow got connected to the bugsters within the series, that would have been the first, bugster.
0 Day.
Yeah, that would have been before 0 Day.
Patient Zero.
Oh my god! I just realized.
What?
If you has been infected by the Bugster virus, but never had the compatibility for the driver, that means that other people that have been infected with this virus are also compatible for that belt.
Yes,
Yeah.
that I figured that out when they said they've been, they have bugster antibodies, and it's because they have bugster virus in them. They can use it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a fun show.
And I do like how some of these guys, when Ex-Aide first did that blowing on the cartridge thing for the finisher, that thing was improv. The director was like, you know what, go do whatever you want with that. He just blows on it, puts it into the thing. He's like,
And then we get generic Rider kick thing.
Oh God, his basic kick is the most boring finisher in the show.
They haven't used it. They used it the first episode, and I don't think they've used it again, have they?
No, they have.
Let's put it this way: they've used Genmu's credit finisher more than they have Ex-Aide's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the little the warning thing that goes off when they're setting it up. They're like the. Although, no, I found out something else that really annoys me. When the bugster is not, when it's still like inside the person, that annoying screeching sound it makes is like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's annoying.
Especially in the first episode where that fight goes on for a while.
Yeah.
It gets really grating.
Yeah. And I do like how some of these guys are like when Brave, he doesn't really go for any of the chests or anything. He just is straight into the battle. Go kill that thing. Actually, it's like, dude, there's power ups and you get to be stronger. This is not a game, you jackass. I'm trying to blow up these damn things.
See, I have to call bullshit on their power-ups, because they always get a beneficial one. Bullshit. How many times playing games did we get a shit power-up and it ruined things? Or did we pick something up and it overwrite a power-up we already had?
Anybody?
Yes. Oh shit, turn me to a rock and stand still thing.
Yeah. But put in some stuff that's going to cause not only good things but bad things, or they pretty much have everything be good so that the monsters.
Or make them get something they didn't expect, because it always seems like they know the power up they're getting and they plan for it.
Not to mention, they never explain why the power-ups are even there.
Video game logic.
Yeah, I got that part. I just meant why it actually helps them.
Video game logic, it's part video game. I think it's a legitimate excuse this time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I am at least waiting for like, hey, let's open one of these things up and hey, it's a trap. Also, that whole thing with Snipe was kind of bullshit. Like, hey, how do you know what kind of fucking power up was in the thing he?
Oh, to get the miniature thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's stuff like
It
that.
seems like they're random, but at the same time they're not.
They have the player's guide, so they're no.
Yeah, and I do like how each Gachette has their own environment obstacles. in
Yeah,
it. Like,
at least the level 2.
When they generate the stage.
Yeah,
yeah, like how Ex-Aide's Mighty Action X.
it's
Yeah, actually next.
it's Mario-ish stuff.
Yeah, it's those
Because he's a
blocks.
platformer.
Yeah, and then with the Braves,
Braves,
Tattle
it's,
Quest,
chest.
it's chests.
Snipes give like barrels to duck under and explode,
Mhm.
And miniaturize, apparently.
Laser just puts cactuses and shit out.
Trophy.
There were trophies too.
Yeah.
Although I do have to say one of the funniest video game things they did was when they were making Brave do the rhythm game.
Oh, I loved that.
When they're flying at him and X-Aide's they're going I got this one, I got this one, and this is bang, and he's like, fuck this, I'm not doing this.
Nope.
Why are you still acting like this is a game, dumbass?
And then it just makes them explode.
But it seems like the first person to henshin, or the first people to, set the stage. Because, when Emu henshin's late, he doesn't add the platformy stuff in. It's the first person to set the game.
He has. In certain ones, he has put platformers into it. And then the other thing is a couple times when they've changed, they've actually, I swear they've changed the stage. Because, I know a couple times where they were fighting, they brought up the stage.
Yeah.
They have
I would not have noticed it when he added his platforms to it. Because then it doesn't happen all the time, and I don't know the rules.
No, it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't happen all the time. But I just remember the first one where they were, the first one with Brave, where they had the girl in the church that was in the wedding dress. That was the one I seem to remember it happening.
Yes. Okay. Because I'm trying to understand the rules of how these drivers work. Because if they're games, all games have rules. I hope.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, and we've seen if they all transform at the same time, all their stuff gets added at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen episode 11, but...
Stop it. Stop it, you. This is your third.
I'm
this is
not
your
sure
third
what
warning.
you're referring to from episode 11 now, though. That's the thing.
Exactly, ambiguity.
I've seen episode 11, and I'm still not sure what you're talking about.
And I'm not going to elaborate because spoilers.
Oh, I know you can't. I'm just thinking, I'm like,
See, so far, Brave is probably my favorite out of our current writers. Brave with Laser coming in second.
I love Laser.
Yeah, me
Laser's
too.
my favorite, and I find him kind of attractive.
Although he needs to put his arms through his damn jacket.
No,
No.
it's not a jacket, it's a cape.
It has sleeves, though. You can see there's sleeves.
Yeah,
And
but
you have to remember, it's no fun unless you ride.
And I also think it's. Okay, you just threw me
Phrasing.
off there. Okay.
phrasing. Phrasing. But anyway, yeah, the Laser kind of got the short end of the deal for his transformation because level 1, he gets the hazmat suit that everyone else. Level 2, I'm a bike now. Ride me.
Vroom vroom, motherfuckers. Vroom vroom.
Not only is he a bike, he's a bike that isn't fast unless someone's riding him.
Yeah, I also like.
Phrasing.
All I could think of was the original Power Rangers movie where he's like, "I'm a frog," and I was like, "I'm a bug.
Now he's a spider.
Okay,
I'm a frog.
I also love his level.
I got a rock."
you're saying, Isamu?
Like, I love his level 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
because it's
samurai.
like- yeah, it's like it's like a hack and slash game. It's based off of,
Yeah. Or
even though he seems to use the bow more than the kama. But I love the design.
I think it's supposed to be based off of like Samurai Showdown. Have you ever heard of
That
that?
seems a little specific instead of just a genre to just one series.
Well, I mean, with the whole bow and gun thing, it could be like a Devil May Cry thing.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, Giri
'Cause
Giri
all-
Chambara.
Because all the other ones are based off of full-on game genre.
Yeah, I do believe it's based off of hack and
Okay.
according.
A little bit of Devil May Cry and Bayonetta.
So he should be really good at dodging.
Yeah, but how bulky? But then that's going to the rule of mash.
I like how his character went for this first arc. How it's, oh, I'm a new guy. Let's be friends. No one trusts me.
Yeah, it'll be one of those characters that you feel sorry for him because you, as the viewer, are the only one that actually knows what is happening. While
Yeah.
everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Or at least know what's happening with his backstory and why he... Or at least
Well,
we know most of
no,
it.
they gave us some of the backstory. They were like, "No, he really did have a friend who died."
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we know it, but they don't.
No, they said that to him. The character said it. Because he goes. I think only he and Brave know it though. Because
Okay.
Brave was the one who went. No,
Yeah,
I know
I
you
looked
had a
at-
friend who died, but what was the line he
It
put
had nothing
for
to
it?
do with the Bugster.
Right. Which I'm thinking pretty much what happened is he killed himself once he found out he had the bug streak.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Because they called it an accident, which I thought was
Ominous.
interesting
Very-
terminology.
yeah, very kiddish. I mean, not exactly kiddish, but
I was just gonna say ambiguous.
yeah,
You know, that's what we all need. More Suicide or kid shows. Hi.
yeah. Kira, easy-going, light-hearted, very sharp and cunning, sharp, intelligent,
And he's a coroner.
and he's,
He's the only one that doesn't wear the white lab coat.
Because he plays with dead bodies.
And we're not going to talk about the one that has the white lab coat that looks like the long trench coat.
No, let's just go on to it because you brought it up. You brought it up. We were bringing it up.
I laugh every time I see that.
So Taiga Hanaya, also known as,
Or as
Kamen
I
Rider
call
Strike.
him, Stupid Skunkhead.
Yeah, his hairdo.
Stupid
I think
Skunkhead.
his hairdo is a reference to the old anime Blackjack, where he had the same white
Yeah.
black hair with white highlights, who was like a rogue doctor.
Yeah,
Stupid skunkhead.
that's what I can even do.
Blackjack. Well,
Blackjack.
you at least know of it.
Yeah, I know of it, but I haven't
It's
really
a
seen it.
old Isamu Tezuka manga and anime.
Wasn't that also made by the same guy who made?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
think he had a hand in it.
And also a Kamen Rider Black book.
Wait, did Ishinomori? I don't.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Ishinomori had a hand in Blackjack, didn't he? Because I know Blackjack was mainly written by Tezuka. the Astro Boy guy.
Yeah. Osama.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at his wiki page right now. Raiden notes.
Oh, Wikipedia, you
Yeah.
are so helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could never remember the name of Snipe. I just know this douchebag.
Yeah. And he's not.
This fucking douchebag.
Every
And
time.
then there's this asshole.
Yeah.
Exactly. Every time he comes on, it's like, well, what are you up to now, you asshole?
And
Because
just
every time he's
Smelly skunk pirate.
Stupid
He's
skunk head.
fucking with someone, trying to steal their gas shots, trying to hold someone hostage. I'm like, who hurt you in your past? Because you're a dick now.
yeah.
There's a story for your dickishness, and I'm caring less and less because you're so much of a dick.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm starting to really, really not care about his past because I'm like, fuck you. You're doing nothing but causing difficulty now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the obstacle character. He's going to create obstacles for everyone for the hell
Like,
of
I
it.
understand. He wants all the gas shots. You know an easy way to do it?
Ask.
Either work with them and get it, or murder them in their sleep. Don't set up games all the time. You want to be cold-blooded? Slit someone's throat.
What's about him? Unlicensed doctor.
Oz was the first one?
Nope. Karu from Agito.
Oh.
Also known as another Agito.
Oh.
Yeah. He was very late.
He wears a trench coat, lab coat. That's just like douchebag enough there. I'm like,
What's next? He's gonna eat an apple.
just to prove that he's an asshole.
And also, Taiga is 29. 29,
Yeah,
but he's
they
played by a
alluded to him.
21-year-old actor.
I was gonna say, there's no way that actor is 29.
He's 21.
They alluded to him being a lot older because he was like one of the first.
I kind of had a feeling in this one that it was actually in most of the characters. I'm like, I think a lot of these guys are playing characters that are supposed to be older than they actually are.
Yeah, he's the oldest. Taiga's the oldest.
It makes sense because he was a full doctor in 5 years ago,
Yep.
Yeah.
and he didn't have the stupid skunk head.
That's about him.
He has a face you want to punch.
Okay, yeah.
He has a weird expression all the time. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He enjoys it when he shoots people.
He always looks like he's smelling something bad.
Maybe it's his own hair.
Yeah.
Bleach.
Well, it is. He is wearing a skunk on his head.
Is it Terry Rider?
Tertiary.
Yeah,
Tertiary. Oh, okay.
yeah. Navy or dark blue.
Like, I like the design of his suit a lot.
Yeah, it's taking reference from Assassin's.
His is actually the only one I don't really like that much. I'm like the stupid scarf. Just,
It
I don't
looked-
know. It's just very off-putting to
on
me.
his face. Someone really liked playing. And like, not gonna judge you. Splatoon's a good. Oh, but why does he have a tentacle on his face? Other than that,
I think it's supposed to be hair.
Hentai?
It's supposed to be hair,
Hentai,
I
baby?
thought.
And by the way,
I thought it was supposed to be like the hair over the eye.
it is.
Okay.
it is, but it looks like a tentacle.
Yeah, but
I don't see that, but now I'm not going to not see it now.
Yeah, but when he does go into his level of combat shooting, whatever it is, it flips up.
Which is so dumb.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about level 5 for a second?
Oh yeah,
With the little stapler gun?
yeah, the stapler gun.
I still don't
It's a
see the
stapler.
stapler.
It's a stapler!
I see how you see it, I just don't see a stapler.
It's a dang stapler.
Yeah, and of course he's able to go full dragon. It looks weird.
Like, I love how all of the level 3s are dumb as shit, yet they're still cool.
Yeah, they're functional.
You didn't like the Brave level 3 where it looks like he has the upturned baseball cap and the
I
headset.
love it, but it's
It's fun, stupid. That's why it's great.
What I thought was stupid though was his explanation as to why all of a sudden, because if he wanted to, he could do rhythm games.
yo, that was bull.
Because I was really good at CPR.
Dude,
What?
Dan.
That's not how you. What kind of CPR are you doing?
Did you ever take a CPR class?
I had
1,
to
2, 3.
for babysitting.
Yeah, when I did it, they taught us to do it to the rhythm of songs. Like, that's how you should do it, like that. Which I thought was funny in the show because it was something that I actually thought of when I had to take my CPR class.
See, I would be thinking of Through the Fire and Flames. That's pretty much the equality of me just repeatedly punching the guy in the chest.
Well, it used to be, they used to teach it, because I've taken it twice, and the first time I took it, they were still teaching of using Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
stay in line.
And then they found out that actually you probably need to do more compressions than that, and I can't remember the song they started recommending. I think it was another Bee Gees song, but because The Simpsons even made fun of that.
Since Isamu brought up Brave, let's talk about him. Hiro.
He likes cake.
Hiro Kagami.
And there's nothing he
loves his
cannot cut.
pastry. Yeah, he can even cut the most delicate of pastries.
But can he cut the cheese?
There's nothing he cannot cut.
Yeah.
I wonder how he'd fare against adamantium then.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it has a bunch of really weird phrases like, "To your existence, I say."
He is one of the most stuck-up douchebags in the show, and I can't help it.
But you know, I already see him less annoying. It was kind of like I was like, okay, he's gonna annoy the piss out of me, and then they brought stupid Skunkhead in the next episode. I'm like, okay, so you just want me to like Hero now? Okay.
Yeah.
By comparison, he just seems awesome.
And of
Dumb
course,
skunk ass fucker.
his Gashat is the Taro
Crystal.
Taro Quas. I'm the same thing for the thing here.
Oh, I cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry.
No, not you. It's me. Because everyone went quiet and what the fuck happened?
I like his I like his design. He's the one I really like on the level 1 design. How he's a little knight.
Yes.
That's actually my favorite level 1 design is his.
His is. I'm actually gonna say that.
I actually
His
want
is the
that
cutest.
figure.
I want to
Yeah.
know where fucking shield from his level 1 went from the second.
Just chucks it.
Because
No,
as a
gives
level
shit.
2, he has like a little gauntlet on his arm that he can use to block shots. But you know what would be better than a thick gauntlet?
A fucking shield.
Yeah, it's a buckler. That's what it's called.
Well,
When it's
not-
that small, yeah. I just think it's funny that if the one who doesn't like games, he has the one that would be the most involved game styles.
Yeah.
Like an RPG is like the one that
Well,
requires the
bigger
most
than
knowledge in games.
level 2.
Okay, I just found something cool. It's Brave's level scan for it. Holy crap, does it look
Are
awesome?
we gonna have
Send
to
it
listen?
away.
Die, 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 die,
Who are you killing?
die.
Skills level
Henshin!
Oh, that's,
Die, head shit.
And I know it's a different suit actor, but he keeps swinging his arm around too the whole time he's saying that.
yeah, level
And
50.
before that, I've seen that. It does look awesome. It's a monster.
I was actually gonna say Evil Knight.
And it's directly referencing a Monster Hunter armor from like Monster Hunter 4.
I feel like this show, over a lot of other shows, are references that I'm gonna catch a lot quick.
Well, because it's games.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, nothing against, not to go into Zoojer, but Zoojer, they've been using monsters that are referencing other Sentai, and I very rarely see that. But like for this, they're referencing games that I see and recognize right away.
Yeah.
It's about Brave. Fourth Rider, they have a year after Knight, Kamen Rider Knight from Kamen Rider
Obs.
E from Kiva, the previous Rider show that
We just watched Eva.
I was
Yeah,
about to
go
say-
watch that. Plug in. And Kamen Rider
No.
Baron from Gaiam.
I would say Baron had one.
Yeah.
Well, he is Knight of the Spear.
Knight or the
Banana.
Spear.
And,
Banana.
and
Banana.
likewise with Baron,
Banana arms.
they share an element of dance.
At
Baron,
least in level 3.
with Baron being a former leader of a dance troupe, and Brave possessing a dancing,
Oh, yeah.
and of course his level 50 kind of looks like Lord Baron.
Lord Baron.
Yeah, little bit of a spoiler in Gaiam. Baron goes bad.
He was always
at the
kinda
end,
bad,
at
though.
the end.
Uh,
They were
Thank
always destined to
jackass.
fight at the end.
Finished it.
Of course, his name Kagami is the same name as Gadiax, another blue secondary rider.
Gadiac?
Where
It's
was
Meaty
he supposed to
Gadax?
have been at the beginning of the series? He was coming back from somewhere. Was it America or was it somewhere
Yeah.
else?
For
He
who?
was from America.
Okay.
They reference it again.
You have to kind of think though, with all the people going in and out of Japan on a daily basis, why haven't the Bugster viruses just spread outside there? Because
Yeah.
there's a chance they might be infected and
Because
whatnot.
they can only film in Japan.
Well, I mean, they did make like with what was it?
They've
Kyoto,
referenced
they had
it other.
they have it like in other places. So are there other riders from other places as well trying to fight the Bugsters, or
They'll probably never.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like in American stuff where they don't really usually always reference things happening.
It's like, yeah, this Japanese worry about other countries, but we still should keep resisting something happens.
Like how yellow fever only ever affects white guys.
Maybe? Oh, that yellow... Okay, never mind.
I was waiting for someone to get it.
I thought you were talking about, like, literally talking about the disease for a second. I was like, wait, no, it did. Oh, that one.
I'm proud of myself.
at least someone is.
Oh, I'm not my daddy. Oh, I hurt myself.
So, I guess that's most of the writers that we can talk about. We're already pushing on an hour here.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't talk about Gen just because what happens in episode 11, something happens,
Mhm.
something
Fuck
changes.
you!
Mm.
That's number 4!
That, and really, within what we've seen, Gem doesn't do much other than be dick.
Except for his shot... oh, shoot, I'm going to remember the name of it. The Shakahiri Sports.
Yeah.
Oh, his...
I love his stupid... I don't want to say stupid, but it just seems really stupid that he's using bike tires as weapons. It just seems so stupid to me.
I mean, Laser does the same thing in level 1.
True, but it wasn't...
Like, this is a
It wasn't supposed to be like a finishing attack.
You gotta remember, this is Toku. It's supposed to be a little bit ridiculous as a low note.
I know.
I still think he looks so stupid with just a, pink and green bike on his shoulder.
It's pretty obvious that's the cachet for Ex-Aide.
Shakahiri shorts.
Yeah. But of course,
Well, I mean, Ex-Aide, there's your Ex-Aide design without the same colors.
yeah.
Problem.
I mean,
And I don't know, I just don't like the look of that one as much.
I will say that I do like Genmu's color scheme. If
Oh, I love the color scheme.
if
And
Gen-
I love how his level 10, is it? The zombie gamer scans we've seen? That looks just amazing.
of course,
Mm.
and as we
Not mentioning episode 11. Not mentioning
that's
episode 11.
number 5. No more
About
of
it.
this.
Hey. We've always said we're not mentioning it. We haven't actually done it. You can get upset, but have either of us said anything really about that episode?
No.
If
Exactly. Good. I win. Now here's what happens in episode 11.
Fuck you.
11 are as substantial as we might just come back in 5 episodes instead of 10.
Or you mean it's a
Not a
weekly
bad
thing.
thought.
Weekly would just be episode reviews. Well, I've seen the episode.
Yeah. Every 5 episodes, if we can do that.
5 or 10, depending on how important they are. Because I think the next
Yeah.
5, we're going to learn a lot about what the fuck is going on.
Oh, yes, especially because what's happening?
Don't worry, we'll get there.
Although I think episode 12 is going to be very holiday based and not as much in the plot
Sadly.
because of just just because of the preview for episode 12.
Santa Gamer level 25. Or that'd be 24.
What?
Santa Gamer level 24. Oh no, level 12. But the 12
I like the little the little thing they show when they're saying like the sponsors with the little mighty running on the screen. I like they put him in a Santa hat.
I wish we got little app games or something to kind of, hey, these are kind of like what we have base ideas for the games. It's just like,
Yeah.
actually it's an endless runner.
I really wish they would have done that. Like made shitty little app games for at least the main rider.
And
They
maybe
didn't?
Diesel robots. 'cause-
Robots. I don't know. I thought they did make some of
Yeah,
them.
me
I just thought
too.
they weren't accessible in the U.S.
Yeah.
You can play Ex-Aide's little thing, Mighty Action X, if you have the Kamen Rider 3DS game. His is like a mini game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, so like a loading.
I think it's something you can play because I was watching the extra stuff that Nihon released, like the Papio's Room thing, and Emu was playing it on a 3DS on the game. So I think it's playable to some degree.
So
Because-
Go mighty kick, mighty jump, mighty
Mighty
action X.
Because Emu's would definitely be an endless runner. Snipes would be some kind of tap to thing. Braves would be like some first-person dungeon crawler where you like cut enemies with your finger and explore.
I was actually going to think of Final Fantasy Aldebrand.
Oh no
No.
no 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 no
No.
no 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 no.
Bad Frozen
When
Traveler. Bad.
when I mean Final Fantasy Brave Exodus does everything better.
Brave Exvius is fun, but that'd be a lot more complicated to do. I'm thinking quickie little games.
Yeah, I was, but all the Braves can just go die in a pit.
Lasers would be something like Sonic Runners, where it's like behind him and you swipe back and like go off ramps.
So like Dungeon Run.
Yes, a top-down endless. Wait, Mighty Action X would be like Super Mario Run, almost exactly like Super Mario Run.
Oh yeah, I also
New skin coming in July.
I found out of some of the legendary Rider Gashats that they have.
The
Oh,
one for the movie.
Uh, okay, so we got Ghost, Kaigon Ghost, Ichigo. Yeah, Ichigo is going to be in this. Let's go Ichigo. And I'm looking at the scan for it.
I'm guessing for Deno, if he ever gets one, is Ore Sanjo.
Most likely. For Drive, it's full throttle Drive, and Gaiam is Tokenden Gaiam. And of course, it gets a really blurry one for very barely make it out.
At least it's not as weird as Drive Type Fruit.
is it just me or since Double and if we count Decade, every series since then has had like collectibles of previous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Like I don't want to count Decade because that was his collectible, but like every season it's been he was previous collectible writers, and since like I think it was Gaim, they've put those collectibles into the movie.
yeah.
Gaiam does talk.
Well, I mean, there was also the whole Legend Medals with the O's Forze movie and the writers.
Yeah,
They only used a few of, but they didn't actually get use.
they didn't come with a form, but I think that does count more. But I don't like how they make it a full-on in-series form. I'd rather get some penultimate upgrade, like have the penultimate form come early in that movie, like how in the O's one he got Tajidor for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh god, the Ichigo looks so fucking ugly on.
Do you guys say it does look a little bit better, but I don't. It looks like
The
Ichigo.
goggles, the fucking goggles on top of Ichigo's.
Yeah, and it looks like a 3D model.
Maybe it does look it. Wait, it kind of is a 3D model if you look at the background.
Yeah, it's taken from one of the games.
Oh, that
yeah.
explains it.
Should tell
I
Andy
think-
to probably pull up
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
It's from like one of the app games or the arcade games. I can't remember because they talk about it on the Papio's room thing once or a few times.
Poppy people ball. Papa.
Yeah, I'm not
Poppy
saying
Peep
that,
Popo. Poppy Peep Popo.
that cute thing skirt.
It's pop-tastic.
So
Incredible.
I feel like we're forgetting something. Just forgetting somebody. I don't.
The director that acts like the NPC of a video game.
Oh yeah.
Like what? He's the worst of it. But what is it with this show? And one person saying something, it panning to another character, them freezing, zooming in on their face, and then 180ing on their expression. That's creepy, and they need to stop it.
I just like
funny.
that. Like my favorite thing is still the director saying like, "No, this is a terrible idea." That Poppy going, "No, we really need to do it." Bing, you're right. We should do that. I'm like, what the frick is up with that? Does she like have mind control powers on him?
Yes.
It's the power for them games.
No, it's the power of idols. They always do this. That's why I don't like
And
them.
then in episode 9, when he kept running into the door and smashing his face.
Oh God.
He kind of deserved it for being such a wishy-washy.
But I love how he still has like the. I think even into episode even into the episode we're not talking about. I thought he still had the bandage.
So,
Oh, there is something that I don't think we did bring up though.
Hmm.
But in episode 10, or was it episode 9 when they're fighting over the Gashat, level 5 one, his eyes kind of glow for a couple seconds.
that's it in the profile.
I noticed that.
I missed that.
Personally think he has some connection to the Bugsters and GemCorp a lot more than they let on, but I have no basis.
Honestly, I think him and that other guy, the other gamer guy, are connected somehow.
Yeah.
You
Like,
might be
I would
right.
say,
Maybe like a blood transfusion or something. But
Personality.
my personal theory is that he's like half Bugster, but not evil or something.
Well, I mean, if you take into account that during the Heisei show of war
Generations.
thing, they actually mentioned like, oh, a lot of the writers are now using the powers of their enemies and whatnot. So it is a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, that's been a thing since. Well, yeah, that's all. That's all of. It's a fight fire with
True.
fire.
They say.
Say.
Hi, cat.
She say. But yeah,
Well, I have her in my arms now, so she won't be yelling anymore.
I just heard wow.
yeah.
Every time I hear a cat meow like that, I just think, back at it.
So,
Dang it, baby!
on the final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts and predictions on where it's going. Because it's very early on. It could really go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna opt out of predictions just because I know the next episode. But
I
it
am as
actually,
well.
it actually did hook me in a lot quicker than any Rider show other than Gaim has.
To me, this has been the, aside from initially thinking it was going to be terrible because of how ugly the suit and driver were,
Yeah.
it's been the most enjoyable Rider series. Long time.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
me,
it is very enjoyable.
For me, when I think video games, I don't think doctors. I think the doctors are telling you stop playing video games, start going out and look out my window. Like, oh no, the sun is too bright.
Well, that's just Toku mixing two things that really shouldn't go together.
But has that stopped them?
They combined breakdancing, Sengoku arrow warring, and fruits. If you tell those three concepts to anyone else, you would get a crock of shit.
Was it really breakdancing or just more like dancing in general?
Okay, dance groups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That doesn't make it less ridiculous. It just
yeah.
It always seems that the more ridiculous ones usually turn out the better.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Double didn't have super crazy.
I mean, there was the episode, the whole breakdancing with Philip and whatnot.
That was amazing.
Yeah, and then
They should bring them back. Oh, never mind. They should have brought that dude back for Gaim just once.
Oh yeah, they should have. Like even if it was just like a little cameo in the background or something.
yeah,
Who?
most likely
We're talking about learning the Heavens Tornado.
Oh, okay.
still lost.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so it's clearly something I know. It's no, I'm not lost. Okay, I am, but then I know specifically it's not something I should know. So that's does that make sense?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like it's supposed to something I should know that I'm just confused on. Something that I obviously just don't know is actually
I do gotta say, this did give me a better experience than what I was to start out with.
Oh, I'm so glad I was wrong about this show.
Yeah. But
I mean, I
my
kind of wish
expe-
we had the little mini cast that we had originally, but because that one fucking douchebag that we used to have on the podcast.
we
that I
don't
want
talk about the dark times.
although I do have
America.
to say though, a lot of those reactions when this was like the trailers for this I saw were the same reactions I had when I saw the Zooja costume.
Really? I think.
Yeah, I
Zero
couldn't. I was like,
really
they
good
look
one.
like they looked like kids' pajamas. When I first saw them, I was like, they look like kids' pajamas who likes those animals. No, it was just they like the
Holy
animals.
bat nipples, Batman!
All of a sudden turned into glowing nipples. Or I don't know if I'm.
Oh, you love it.
I love a lot of weird things. That might not be one of them.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give it a few more episodes.
I'm probably gonna watch the rest of the series, unless really dumb shit happens or it gets boring. But it doesn't feel like it's just gonna get boring.
Well, at least if really dumb shit happens to where it's boring, at least we have the podcast to talk about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
True.
the last Rider series I was really into, and it got really boring, was Fours. Like, I was loving Fours, and then, like, the mid-teens happened, and I'm like, what the fuck is...
And then it gets better.
I might come back to it later.
We will get back to it. This is the podcast. We'll eventually get back to everything we started.
Yep.
It's hard to say where I think Ex-Aide is gonna go, because there's just so many...
I'm gonna say at least one thing that everyone has this on this. Since this is a video game based hero, most likely he's gonna get an extra life, he's gonna forget about it, die.
He's
I
not
want
going
to say
not
something,
go-
but just watch episode
What?
11 and you'll.
when someone's gonna get a beat 'em up gas shot, and whenever you beat a bugster with it, coins fly out of their dead body.
It's more like a reference to
So they're just going to make it into Scott Pilgrim? That's your
I'd be
prediction?
okay with that.
Didn't say it was a problem. I just said that's what your prediction is.
ooh, free coins.
With that, I love Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. Ooh, free coins. I think I got enough for the bus.
Although I still think in the movie he should have ended up with knives.
Originally he was going to, but they
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
and that made me sad. I like it. I would have liked it more just as a different end. But anyway, we're not talking about that.
Some
I know.
time. Some filler. So
Final thoughts?
we were on.
No, I'm good.
We've been on final thoughts.
Yeah.
We're going to the pretty much. Would we recommend this to other people?
As the first 10/11 episodes go, fuck yes.
I already
I
have
would-
several times, so
I would definitely recommend. Hopefully it doesn't suck later on or have a really shitty conclusion. But I really hope this is as good as a few episodes are making it out to.
We all hope so. We all hope so.
sorry about that.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
This has been
you want?
fuck.
Okay,
Okay, you
first.
go.
You
You go.
Okay, fine. So this has been Riders of the Lost Swords coverage on the first 10 episodes of Kamen Rider Ex-Aide. Hope you all have a good night. And remember, an onion is just an onion.
This
It's
has
not-
been
Album.
Nami-chan,
No, son.
Isamu.
And Frozen
my screaming
Traveler.
cat.
Aw.
I can't do this all on my own. No, I know I'm no Superman. I'm no Superman.